unlike your brother, you actually got to play in this game.
Yeah.
How big of a memory is it to you? Do you remember like the games and how important it was to you?
Oh, absolutely. Remember all the matchups, all the games. It's obviously a huge game. It was a huge game back then. Changed a little bit with first game to the last game since I've been playing, so a little different dynamic. Where back in the day it was a build up all off season and all summer. Now it's kind of a culmination into the season to go head to head, but super important game, super important for our program, for this state. It's a huge game.
What was your record against Indiana?
We were 3-1.
Brian, obviously, you know, Tyler's played really well all season. I mean, it's only a handful of Louisville quarterbacks that have had 3,000 yards. How much can a game like this kind of really, I guess, cement his, you know, one-year legacy at Louisville, or just kind of really help to put a bow on his kind of final college year?
Yeah, I think Tyler has played really well all season long. He's come here and been more than we expected, so he's had a great season, put up some numbers, but I think to kind of have a legacy in this program, beating the rival is very important. So if we can go out there and do that, I think that'll raise the way I think people think about him and about how this season has gone. If we can go out there and beat Kentucky.
Brian, Kentucky's shown to have a really strong defensive experience. Jeff was just talking about their strengths. When you look at them on film, what really jumps out at them about them to you that makes them so tough?
Yeah, they're solid. They're a solid defense up front. Obviously, very stout. Got some great size and athleticism up front. So that's going to be a challenge to be able to block those guys and move those guys off the line of scrimmage. But they're just a solid, well-coached defense, and they have been that way for a long time. But they're a good group.
Brian, the offensive line's been pretty banged up this year. You've got to kind of had to switch guys around, but over the last few weeks they've performed really well. How much, as the offensive staff as a whole, how much more confidence does that give you guys that the team can go out there and execute the play calls, knowing how well that you guys are getting push up front?
Yeah, I think the line has done a good job. We came into the year thinking we had some depth there, and we've taken some hits and guys have gotten hurt and banged up, and some guys having to play through some injuries. Very thankful that we have had that depth and been able to dive into it. But those guys have played hard. They play together. Coach Owens does a great job of coaching those guys up and getting to play as one unit. So we've been really happy with the way they've played, and look forward to seeing them go out there and do it this last game.
You guys have had some milestone moments already in just the 2 years of being here, whether that's, you know, the AC championship game, beating Miami on the road, this year beating Clemson. What about this team do you feel like is capable of being able to kind of end that losing streak against Kentucky?
I think this team has been resilient. We've had some ebbs and flows, some close games we could have won that could have made this season really, really special. And really just talked to them about going into this last week versus Pitt about what kind of character does this football team have, and challenge them to go out there and play their best and perform to the best of their ability in that game. And they really answered the call. So I think this team has great character. These guys want to win. They want to be great. And I think we have a good makeup of guys that are going to go out there and give it their all in this Governor's Cup game versus Kentucky for sure.
All right. Thank you.